What happens when a man hesitates for 3 seconds and the internet decides his marriage is over? Last week, during a podcast interview, Blake Shelton was asked a simple question: "Are you happy with Gwen?" He smiled, paused, looked down, and said, "Yeah." That was it. But here's the kicker. It wasn't what he said, it was how he said it. And within hours, fans were dissecting his tone, his posture, even the way he blinked. Was it nerves? Was it exhaustion? Or was something else going on behind the scenes with Gwen Stefani? By the end of this video, you'll understand why that 3-second pause has people connecting dots all the way back to Miranda Lambert, and why this story might not be what it looks like. The interview itself wasn't explosive. No yelling, no drama. But when the host asked Blake if he was happy in his marriage, something shifted. Now this is where it gets weird. In media training, celebrities are coached to respond instantly to positive personal questions. No hesitation, no awkward pauses. Confidence sells stability. Yet Blake paused. A 2022 Princeton study found that audiences interpret pauses longer than 2 seconds during emotional questions as uncertainty or concealment, even if nothing is wrong. That's powerful, because perception becomes reality online. Within hours, fans were commenting, "He didn't sound convincing. That pause was loud. He looks tired lately." But here's the thing. Blake has been touring nonstop. Fatigue can look like sadness. Silence can look like regret. What if we're reading into something that isn't there? Let's be honest. Every time Blake's name trends, so does Miranda Lambert. Their 2015 divorce wasn't just another celebrity breakup. It divided country music fans down the middle. Here's a counterintuitive stat. According to a YouGov survey, 41% of fans say they never fully detach celebrities from their previous iconic relationships. Meaning, to a huge portion of the audience, Blake will always be mentally paired with Miranda. So when he pauses on a question about Gwen, fans don't just see a pause, they see history. They see, what if? And then something else happened. Miranda posted a cryptic message on social media: "Timing is everything." Now, she didn't mention Blake, she didn't mention Gwen, but timing, on the same week the podcast clip goes viral, that's gasoline on speculation. Is it about Blake? Probably not, but the internet doesn't care about probability. It cares about narrative. Let's zoom out. Blake and Gwen met on The Voice during emotionally vulnerable periods in both their lives. Both were coming off divorces. Psychologists call this trauma bonding. It doesn't mean fake love. It means intense connection formed under stress. What if the pressure now isn't about loyalty or unhappiness, but about expectations? They aren't just a couple, they're a brand. Country meets pop. Oklahoma meets California. Boots meets platinum hair. That's marketable, but it's also heavy. A Harvard Business Review study found that public couples experience 2.5 times more relational stress due to brand maintenance pressures alone. Think about that. Imagine arguing, knowing millions are waiting for proof your marriage is perfect. That pressure changes how you answer a simple podcast question. Wait, why does this even matter? Seriously, why are millions of people analyzing a man's pause? Because celebrity relationships are emotional proxies. When Blake looks unsure, some fans feel unsure about their own marriages. When Miranda posts something cryptic, fans project unfinished love stories. It's not about Blake, it's about us. And here's something wild. A 2023 Nielsen report showed that breakup rumors increased streaming numbers for artists by up to 18%. Drama drives revenue. So here's the uncomfortable question. Are we watching a marital issue, or are we watching a marketing moment that benefits everyone involved? Now let's go deeper. Blake leaned back when answering. He rubbed his hands. He exhaled before saying yeah. Body language experts often say leaning back signals discomfort. But here's the twist. It can also signal thoughtfulness. People lean back when recalling emotional memory. So which one was it? Discomfort or sincerity? There's no confirmed tension, no divorce filings, no credible reports of infidelity. Yet the speculation machine keeps spinning, because ambiguity is addictive. Let's imagine something different. What if Blake's pause wasn't about unhappiness? What if it was about growth? He said before that marrying Gwen changed his lifestyle. Less partying, more home life, more stepdad responsibility. That's an adjustment. Growth feels uncomfortable sometimes. And happiness isn't loud, it's steady. There's another stat most people ignore. Second marriages statistically report higher satisfaction rates than first marriages, but lower public displays of emotion, meaning less fireworks, more stability. That doesn't trend, but it lasts. Headlines want a love triangle. Fans want redemption arcs. Algorithms want conflict. But Blake and Gwen have been married since 2021 with no verified scandals, no cheating reports, no separation filings, no public feuds, just a podcast pause. And maybe we built the rest. So what did that 3-second pause really mean? Was it regret? Was it hidden tension? Was it Miranda waiting in the wings? Or was it simply a tired man answering a repetitive question for the 1,000th time? Here's the truth. Silence is a mirror. We see in it what we already believe. If you believe fairy tales fade, you heard doubt. If you believe growth takes work, you heard honesty. But until Blake says something definitive, everything else is projection. And maybe that's the real story. Not whether his life is wasted, but why we're so eager to believe it might be. If you want more breakdowns like this, where we separate narrative from noise, hit subscribe, because sometimes the loudest drama is the one we create ourselves.